This is a video talking about the importance of patterns and seeing patterns for mathematical students. So, a lot of what makes people successful mathematician is knowing and seeing patterns. So we can start this out in the younger grades with something kind of simple. So we could do something like circle, triangle, circle, triangle, circle, triangle. So what's the next shape? Well, they'll say, well, it's a circle. Then what's the next shape after that? Triangle, and then circle. So the next step after that is you're going to change the pattern. But you have to be careful. You have to make sure that you give enough information so that the kids can see what the pattern is. So I'm going to do circle, triangle, circle, circle, triangle, circle, 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 triangle. So now I want to know what are the next four, well, let's even go five shapes. So we have one circle, then two circles, then three circles. So the next thing is going to be four circles and then another triangle. So it's kind of establishing that they can look at something and they can see a pattern and they can say, oh, well, I know what's coming next. So then we start getting into where they're using mathematical ability. So let's do 2, 4, 6. What's the next number? Well, kids will recognize that and see that, oh, well, it's even numbers. So that's 8, 10, and then 12. Let's do another one. 3, 6, 9, 12. So then here we see we're going up by threes. And this is also at the same time, it's getting them to know their multiples of threes. So they're learning their multiples and they're learning their multiplication tables, which makes it easier for them to do math later on. So the next number is 15, and then 18, and then 21. So then we start mixing this up, where let's use this same sequence, but I'm going to give you the 21, leave this one blank, leave this one blank, give you the 12 and 9 and 6, and then leave this one blank. And then you have to determine, okay, what's going on in here? So this is giving me enough clue of what's going on. I see that I'm increasing by 3, I'm increasing by 3. So I can say, well, this is 15, and then this is 18, and then if I'm going down 3, this is 3 here. So they're kind of using that, like I see the pattern, but I have to fill in different pieces instead of just going forward. Then sometimes we want to make patterns where they're maybe, let's say we have I'll use the same thing, 3, 6, but then I'll blank, blank, and then, so 3, 6, that'd be 9, 12, this should be 15, blank, blank, and then if I'm going up by 3, that's 18, 21, and then 24. So I'm even going to take this 3 away. So now kids will look at this and go, oh, well, what am I increasing by? So what they'll do is they'll look and they say, well, the distance from 6 to 15 is 9, and the distance between 15 and 24 is 9. So it's consistent. Every 2 spaces I'm moving 9. So the initial thought is, well, I divided by 2 and that's 4.5. So I'll make this 10.5 and then add 4.5 and I'll get 15. Oh, I got 15 too soon. Well, that's not what's really going on. There's 2 spaces in between, but you're making 3 jumps. So even though it is true that there's 2 spaces in between, I'm making 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump. So this is a plus x, and a plus x to get there. So that's 3 x's, so 9 divided by 3 will give us the 3 that we're jumping up every single time. So we can give kids more complicated things to figure out the patterns. There are other sequences too, like Fibonacci sequence. And I hope I spelled that right. So Fibonacci sequence is this. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So you use the 2 numbers before it to add up to the next one. So 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. 5 plus 8 is 13. 8 plus 13 is 21. So this sequence is actually